Caterino.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it should be a great fight.
Let's
get the official
5-minute rounds
announcement.
in the 135-pound bantamweight division. This bout is proudly sponsored by NH Distributors and your referee in charge of the action once again, John English. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right, wearing black and representing Lausanne's MMA, he enters the ring with 3 victories and only 2 defeats. Please welcome Andy Aiello. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, wearing black with red, and entering the cage for the 2nd time. He's representing Gate City MMA. Please welcome Chris Caterino.
He's got his son with him. So.
All right, here we go. First professional bout. John English, referee in this bout. Andy Aiello, Chris Caterino. Here we go. Both fighters starting off slow, sizing each other up, tapping out a few jabs.
Yeah, Andy Aiello takes center. I expect this to be a slow start at first. They got to feel each other out. You'll find Andy Aiello, he likes to stand, although he's got great ground game. He likes to stand up to start. Chris Caterino the same. Chris has a slight reach advantage. Just a short feeling out process as we go. You can see that Aiello is starting to work the cage a little bit, pressure him into a corner.
They got some fast jabs, but nothing's connecting yet. But as we discussed before, in a 5-minute round, you're not going to rush things. You're not going to go in for the kill right away. You got to take your time, because if you don't kill him and you exhaust yourself by attacking, it's going to be a long 3 rounds. Aiello holding strong in the center of the ring, keeping Caterino up, like you said, keeping him towards the cage. Neither fighter going on a full offensive yet. Both tapping out just a little bit, trying to, I don't know, scare the other fighter. There we go, a couple of kicks coming in from Aiello.
You can see a little bit of blood coming from Aiello's eyebrow there. Must have caught a punch from Caterino.
Which is fun, because funny, I didn't even notice it. I mean, they've both been swinging a little bit, but it didn't look like anything connected, but you're right. A little bit of blood over the right eye.
Could be a pimple.
Could be a pimple. He could have popped his zit during that. We don't know. But if Caterino sees that, well, obviously he sees it, but if he connects on it again, who knows what could happen.
You'll notice if you watch Aiello, his right hand, his lead hand's his left, but his right hand he uses to parry. So when Caterino jabs with his left hand, he'll parry and then come over the top with that right hand just to score points, looking for an opening.
Well, Aiello has connected on Caterino. You can see on his ribs a little red spot. Something hit there, but what I'm always afraid of with these fighters is when you get a little tiny cut, the blood could go into your eyes, which is just as bad sometimes, taking out one of your sights. So you got to be careful of that.
I'm surprised not to see Caterino's not as active. He's the taller fighter. He's got range. He's not using it so much. He's fighting like a shorter guy, and he's coming in too much, but he should really play the outside and kind of work him right back into his corner.
I agree. Again, the whole round so far, Aiello's held ground in the middle.
Nice strong left hook from Aiello. Follows with a right kick that misses. Going to look for him to he's going to try that hook again.
Again, they get really good speed on him. If one of these things connect, it's definitely going to do a little damage. Looks like that cut's either getting bigger, it either hit it again. I'm not sure what happened. It's definitely bleeding a little more, and you can see it's got a little bit of a lump going on, so he definitely connected really well.
Both guys got to be more active with the jab. Start to work the kicks in. Try to make it a little confusing for the other fighter. I'm not seeing too much jabbing, but...
Yeah, not a lot of activity in this first round.
No, it's a big feeling out process, and that just means that there's more of that coming in the second.
If you're Aiello, what would you be doing right now?
If I'm Aiello, I gotta jab. I gotta get my distance. It seems to me like right now he doesn't have his distance quite figured out just yet. I wanna jab. I wanna work that jab, and follow up with the right hand. He connected with the left hook. I might want to lead with that left hook, connect again, try to score some points, and then follow up with the leg kick. Always end with the leg kick.
All right, that's the end of round one. Kind of tough to call because each landed a couple of shots. Not a lot of dominance by either side, so who knows how the judges are going to call that one.
I'm going to give that round to Aiello. I think that he scored that round. It was mostly control. He controlled the cage. He landed a few shots, but nothing too damaging. Either guy can take it from here. We got 2 solid rounds left. If I'm Nuri Shakir and I'm in Caterino's corner, I'm going to say I want to see almost anything. I want to see some more activity. Maybe we try to take him down. I want to see more feints with my punches to try and set something up, and I want to see more jabs. Just stay basic.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely more has to happen if this fight's going to go anywhere, because you give it to Aiello because he stood his ground a little tighter, but again, at this point, the tides could change either way. Here we go. We're getting ready. John English calling him back to the center of the ring. We're getting ready for the start of round 2 of this 3-round match. Gate is locked. Here we go. Both fighters in the center of the ring, waiting to see who makes the first attack.
Stay patient. He's going to try to mix it up.
Both taunting. There we go. Aiello going in, both going in at leg kicks right now. Trying to weaken the other fighter. A couple of jabs by Aiello.
Aiello's walking him down into his corner. He's pushing him right into Joe Lozon. I'd like to see him keep him there, work that jab more, keep him right into the corner, and when he starts to come to his left, throw that right leg kick.
Mirror image of the first round. Both fighters just kind of toying with each other. A few kicks, a few jabs. No real offensive attack by either side. A couple of jabs to the head by Caterino. There we go, full-on attack by Aiello, puts Caterino up against the fences.
Caterino seems unfazed. He's got some good combinations. He's just got to let it go. He's got to let his hands fly, let it go. Believe in himself here.
A couple of good shots by Caterino to the face of Aiello.
Just as to say that, we see a little bit more out of Caterino.
Maybe they're listening to us and we don't know it. Couple of nice jabs by Caterino sends Aiello on a flurry of punches. Pushing Caterino against the cage. Caterino works his way back out, back to the center of the ring.
Aiello's very active this round, but I'm not sure how much he's hitting Caterino. There's no sign of wear whatsoever, but Aiello's got a decent cut over the eyebrow.
We're about halfway through the second round. A couple of good shots by both fighters. Caterino's definitely stepping it in a little bit more this round, making Aiello work for it. He's actually been controlling a little bit of the center a little bit more this time until I just said that, and now he's back on the other side.
Keep tagging him, Cat. Keep tagging him. Keep on his heels.
Aiello getting Caterino against the cage again. Caterino forcing his way right back out again. Again, nobody's held a long time offensive. They just do a couple of jabs and it's back to the middle.
Get backhand up.
2 minutes to go in round 2.
I'd really like to see a takedown here from somebody. I think that can be a significant factor in who's going to win the round.
Yeah, that could definitely mix things up. Aiello with a couple of good shots to the body. Less and less activity as the round goes on, though. A lot of dancing going on. Not a lot of. There we go. A couple of jabs coming in. Nothing really making a difference in this round. Another hard round to call because they've each had a good offensive moment, but nothing to dominate the other fighter. Nothing to really take command now, except till now. Aiello goes in with a couple of good punches. Caterino counters back with some knees to the face.
I think Caterino might have caught him with that knee.
Did right in the face.
There's a good size cut over the left eye of Aiello. They're going to call for the doctor to take a look, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to stop it here.
I don't think it's bad enough, but it's definitely. Oh, I don't know. Nope, the doctor called it. Called the fight. The cut was just too bad. Referee stoppage is going to be the call on this one. Caterino pulling a TKO out of it. It's a shame when it has to end that way. It's a medical issue. Aiello definitely could have gone on. He wasn't physically injured. It just happened to be a cut over his eye, and unfortunately, that's something that will get these fights to stop these days.
You know what shocks me the most is that the doctor came in and without even touching the eye, he called it. He didn't clean it out to actually see how deep or how bad the cut was. I would have an issue like that as well as Joe Lozon does here. You know, he was visibly angry about the decision, and he actually asked for Aiello to come to the corner so that he could see it himself, and he still looked undecided about it. I just think, I'm not a doctor, but I would want to clean that cut out and take a look at it. It is directly over the eye, which the blood is going to leak into the eye, but.
What you're saying is there was nothing that could have sealed it up or slowed it down for the.
Well, they're allowed. See, in the middle of the fight, like now, if the doctor comes in and he looks at it, he's able to dab it to take a look at how deep that cut is. But then they are not allowed to put any Vaseline in it at that point until the end of the round. At the end of the round, they can fix cuts. They can tend to the cuts, but the doctor's only allowed to just clear the cut to take a look at what the damage is, and then they have to continue to fight right away.
So if he doesn't think it can make it the next minute and a half, all right, well that makes sense because it was bleeding pretty good, and it might have been really bad by the end of the round.
Yeah,
so
he's just all about fighter safety. He wants to take care of the fighter, and he obviously felt that there was some sort of risk to his safety. So.
And I get it. We bring the doctors in for a reason. We trust their opinion.
Referee John English stops his contest. For your winner by TKO victory, Chris Caterino!
Chris Caterino with the win. Who knows how that fight would have gone? It could have gone either way. Both fighters had their moments, but in the end, you can see the blood all over Aiello's body right now. So luckily for Caterino, he didn't have to finish the fight, and he pulled this one out for a win.